Hi, good afternoon, everyone. This is from Wuhan University of Technology, and today I'm going to talk something about our school that will cover the general profile and the disciplines, as well as our research centers and scientific research strengths, international cooperation exchange, as well as the English programs for degree programs and the scholarships and how to apply. As for the general introduction of Wuhan University, I think Wuhan is very popular, especially after the epidemic. It is in the central China, so I think you all heard of it now. Our school is the state 211 project for Chinese higher education institution, and one of our major material science and engineering also enters the state 895 project. We are both a new university and an old university because we merged from 3 previous universities in the year 1948 and 1946 and 1958. And then the new university was merged in the year 2000. So we are both old and both young. As for the staffs and the students in Wuhan University of Technology, this is a general number. As for the international students, some years we have more than 19,000, and this year the number may be reduced to only half. And for the disciplines on the schools, we almost cover everything you want to learn here in China, from engineering to natural sciences, to management, to economics, to literature and arts, and law and philosophy and education. There are also 10 state key subjects and 90 specialties for undergraduates, 226 master degree programs, as well as 77 doctoral degree programs for you to choose from. Among all the programs, there are 4 disciplines which are listed in the ESL World Top 1% ranking, and one of the major is listed in the Top 1000 ranking. That is our material science and engineering subject. And then comes to the research and scientific strengths. Actually, there are some state key laboratories and international joint laboratories in our school. So I won't go very details. And then those are the pictures of the state key laboratory of advanced technology for materials. And this is the picture for silicate materials for architectures. So our school has very strong power in the research and the education of transportation, architecture, and transportation. And this is the academician of our school, who is very famous in his research area. It is also the chair professor of our school. This man is also an academician of Chinese Academy of Engineering and also professor of our school. And then I'm going to talk about the international cooperation and exchange. We have established the cooperation with a lot of famous universities around the world. So we welcome exchange students from our partner universities. And usually we have signed a cooperation agreement with many of the universities in the world. So they can send their students for short-term exchange programs with tuition fee free. Except for the short-term exchange program, we also have some cooperation exchange in the research areas, like the laboratory work and sometimes some other research work, joint research work. And those are the universities, some of the universities that we have established cooperation with in the world. So you may just take a glance of all the list. I won't go on the details of the names of those universities. And then it comes to the short-term exchange programs. We offer different kinds of short-term exchange programs, either from our partner universities as well as from self-sponsored students. that who are not from our partner universities. And this is a case example of the Chinese language and cultural program, including the city tours. For short-term exchange program, any changes available to this schedule, and the negotiations and the tailored courses are always available. Then we comes to the English taught programs. This page shows the English taught degree programs in our university. For the master programs, there are 14 English taught programs covering applied economics, architecture, business administration, civil engineering, computer science and technology, international law, management science and engineering, materials science and engineering, mechanical engineering, mining engineering, physics, transportation engineering, vehicle engineering, and mathematics. For bachelor programs taught English, there are business administration, civil engineering, computer science and technology, international economy and trade, industrial engineering, mining engineering, logistic management, mechanical engineering. And all the doctoral programs can be taught in either English or Chinese. And then comes to the scholarship part. For new applicants, we offer Chinese government scholarship. And for academic students, there are bilateral programs or MOFCOM scholarship or Chinese university program. And for short-term exchange students, we have Sino-American cultural exchange, Sino-European cultural exchange. And also there are some specialized program like for EU members, for Pacific Island countries, for Asian member countries, and etc. And for enrolled students, which means if you apply to come here to study as a self-sponsored student, and then you perform greatly and are very outstanding academic achievements here, then you will have the chance to win the scholarship for the second year or the third year or the fourth year, which is also offered by the CRC government, by the Chinese government scholarship. And this is the basic requirement for the CRC government applicants: the age and the nationality. Then the scholarship covers monthly allowance as well as free accommodation and tuition. Also, the insurance will be covered. For the documents, those are the general documents that are needed because competition are very fierce in the scholarship application. So you'd better get all the documents to enhance your chance to win the scholarship. And one more thing I want to mention especially is the pre-admission letter. Pre-admission letter, which will help you to win the category A scholarship, that is the embassy scholarship. And then for the bilateral program, also the pre-admission letter will be very useful. And you can get that by writing us emails. I will show the email and in the contact part at the last slide. The email is admission@whut.edu.cn. So if you have more questions or more specific things about the scholarship application, we will instruct you later. And then this is the sample of the pre-admission letter. Then we comes to the Chinese university program. For this part, the agency number of our school is 12497. And hard copies is loaded. Everything is done through website application. So this is very detailed information. I won't go through it very step by step today. And this is about the MOFCOM scholarship. So you need to apply via the Economic and the Commercial Council's office. And this is also very detailed instruction. I won't go through this today. And this is the part that I've already mentioned previously about the enrolled students at our school. You come here as a self-sponsored student, and then you have great performance academically and on campus. So we will offer you the friendship scholarship. The friendship scholarship will cover maybe 50% of your tuition or 30% of your tuition or 70% of your tuition. And we also have some other awards for outstanding students. Maybe some will not cover your tuition, but it will also offer you some amount of money. And then comes to the self-supported study at our school. Right now, we are still recruiting self-sponsored students. So if you have tried it to apply for the scholarship this year but failed, and you still want to study in China, you still have time to apply for self-sponsored right now for September intake this year. We process all the materials and application via the website. The website is also named admission, and with our school's letter like WHUT.edu.cn. So I've already showed you the English TOEFL programs, which are very popular among self-sponsored students, especially the bachelor programs, because usually CSC scholarship will be sponsored to students who learn in Chinese. But if you want to learn bachelor program in English, so you have to apply for self-sponsored. And we offer English TOEFL bachelor programs. And this page is the tuition. The general tuition for bachelor for engineering TOEFL in English is 24,001 academic year. And for management, it will be lower. It was 20,001 year. And for art, it was 30,001 year. For masters, it covers 3 years. For bachelor is 4 years. The engineering for English TOEFL master is 30,001 year, and you can have a very detailed look on this page. And one thing I want to mention is the Chinese language. All the Chinese language programs, usually it covers 2 semesters. So the tuition is 17,000 for 1 year and 8,500 for 1 semester. And we have both March intake and September intake for the Chinese language. But for bachelor, master, and the doctoral programs, the degree programs only have September intake. And that's all I want to say today. And this is the contact information of our school. So if you want to apply for degree programs and the Chinese programs, you can still apply right now. You need to submit your materials through this website, and the website, the name is admission.whut.edu.cn. If you have any questions, you can phone us, and you can also write us email. The email is similar with our online application website. And I think that's what I want to say today. And if you have any questions, you can ask me right now.
Hi, Laoshe. Thank you for sharing, Lin Laoshe. Yes, there are a couple of questions from the students who are very excited in hearing the presentation from Wuhan University of Technology. So wait, let me gather the questions. So the first question is it's about the documents required, the foreigner physical examination form. So does this need to be submitted during the application period, or is it possible for them to submit it later?
Usually, if you have the physical check, you can submit your physical check, whether it is valid or it has expired. So if you have it, just upload it. And if you do not have it, you may take the physical check when you come here for registration.
Right. So at the moment, because at the moment in some countries they have, lockdowns, and like maybe it takes quite a long time to get
so
the physical
they will have
examination.
difficulty. They will have difficulty in getting the result.
So that's
both
okay
are
to
okay.
submit
Both are
it
okay.
later.
Okay.
Awesome. So another question is about the language proficiency. So is HSK proficiency mandatory to apply for admissions in English TOEFL program?
If you want to apply for English TOEFL program, then HSK is not a must. And for English language proficiency certificate, anything can work. If you take any English test, you can upload the document of the test. If you do not take any English test, you can upload anything that proves you learn English, or just something to prove that you have taken English total courses. Anything can work as the English proficiency certificate.
Awesome. So, and this is also the same situation, even if they are applying for the Chinese government scholarships, for example.
If they want to win the scholarship, they should better have some language proficiency documents.
Okay.
Because if other applicants have and you do not have, then your chances will be lower.
Okay, yeah, because scholarship is definitely much more competitive, right?
Yeah. If you want to win the scholarship, you'd better upload the valid and official language proficiency certificates.
Okay, understood. Right, so move on to the next question. So it's basically similar questions like the previous students asked another university. So will the first year of the bachelor's program or other programs at Wuhan University of Technology will be taught online?
I think probably, because if there are some students who are not able to come to our school, then all the students will be taught online.
Online, yeah.
Yeah. So probably for this year will be online.
Yeah. So it's likely that it's going to be online, and also it's because of the pandemic that is still going on pretty much everywhere as well.
Yeah.
Right. And then some students, I think it's probably because they might join the session late. So they are asking if you could go back to the slides where you show the programs for bachelor's and also master's and PhD. So they could recheck it and then see if they have the right
this
program.
is the page. Yeah, this is the page for the English programs, telling bachelor, master, and all the PhD programs can be taught in English. And they can write us email if they want to get more. We have profiles and leaflets about those.
Right. And when is the application deadline again, Lasha, for application?
For self-sponsored, we recommend students to apply before next month. That is June 30th of June. Yeah, June 30. Yeah, because it takes time to process the document.
And that's only like 1 week away, guys. So you only have like 8 days left to finish your application. So really use the time very well, because time is ticking. You only have 8 days to finish all your applications if you want to apply to Wuhan University of Technology. And then I think some students might ask about scholarships application as well. If you could clarify if the scholarship application is still open for this year.
The scholarship selection work of this year, I think, is almost finished, because we are selecting the winners and we are already processing their materials. So usually the period for scholarship application is during January to April every year.
Okay.
No later than June.
Yeah. So if it means if they have missed this time, then the next period for the scholarship application would be next year in 2022 from January to April.
Yeah. So currently they can only prepare for the scholarship of 2022.
Okay. So I think this is probably one final question. From students from Hong Kong, do I need to provide any IELTS certificate or certificate from the school stating that I have studied everything in English is okay?
Yeah. For some students, if their mother tongue or official language include English, then they do not need to provide any English language proficiency document.
So then they could just ask the school to provide the letter from the school. Will that work?
Yeah. Or just no need for the letter, which is okay.
Okay. Yeah, so those are all the questions for Wuhan University of Technology, I believe. Let me double check again so we don't miss anything. And then, I think another important question here is about age limit. So is there any age limit to apply for scholarships, or maybe to apply for bachelor's, master, and PhD programs at Wuhan University of Technology?
If they want to apply for scholarship, there are age limits, like 25 for bachelor, 35 for master, and 45 for doctoral applicants. And for self-sponsored, sometimes there are age limits. It was similar to the scholarship applicants.
Mhm. Right, so there are still age limit, and especially it's the strict age limit if you're applying for the Chinese
Yeah.
government scholarships.
Yes.
So
Yes.
for Chinese government scholarships, you can apply next year in 2022, because right now the application is only open for self-funded application, and it's only 8 days left before they close the application deadline. All right. Okay, I think those are all. Lin Laoshi, thank you so much for sharing everything that students have to know about Wuhan University of Technology, and so they can prepare their application and finish it as soon as possible.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining.